Welcome to Working with Headway. My name is Corey Freeman, and in this episode, episode 1, I am going to show you how to build just a basic website using Headway themes out of the box 3.6, and we're not going to add any blocks or plugins or anything. And we're just going to see what Headway can do right when you purchase it. So this is a test site I have loaded up, and I'm going to go ahead and enter the grid. Okay, so this is grid mode. This is where you build your layouts. And right now we're going to work with a static front page. And the way that I've set that up is in the WordPress Administrative Dashboard under Settings and then Reading. I've got a static page here. Here are some pages. And I've set the front page to the sample page and the blog page to this blog page. And so now we're just going to build a regular website with a static homepage and the blog area using the blocks in Headway. So once again, this is the grid mode. This is where you build your layouts, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw a block by clicking and dragging, and I'm going to call this the header. And that's going to display the site name and the site tagline. And then below that, I'm going to draw navigation. And that is going to be our menu for getting around from page to page. Okay, now I'm going to draw in another block, and this is going to be the content block. And the content block is just, it's going to link up with our WordPress content and display what we want on our page. Down here, I'm going to throw in a footer block, and that's going to be our copyright message. And I'll make that bigger so you can kind of see everything. It's also got a powered by Headway and some links here at the bottom. And then over here, I'm going to go ahead and add the social, and that's going to display a list of social icons. And below it, I'm going to add listings. And that's going to list some recent posts. And then we're just going to save. So this is going to be our homepage layout. And I'm just trying to use as many blocks as possible to kind of show you what can be done. So this is going to be our homepage. And our blog page by default is going to show us the same layout, but we're going to change that later. It's jumping like that because there's a scroll bar. Okay. So let's actually open up some block options. You're going to right click on a block and click open up options, open block options. I'm going to use the soft social icons. The social block comes with 2 sets of icons built in. And position icons, it's just going to be, I'm going to leave it as none, but I'm going to make sure they're horizontal. And then I don't actually need to use SVG images. I'm going to change this to Facebook, and I'm just going to type in the Headway 101 Facebook, which is facebook.com/Headway101 if you want to follow on Facebook. I'm also going to add another box and make that, whoops, I got it. What comes up after Facebook? Twitter. And that's going to be twitter.com/Headway101 if you want to follow on Twitter. And I'll add the YouTube. I keep clicking on the arrow, but I need to click on the name of the thing. So YouTube. And then youtube.com/Headway101. And I'll open these up in the new window because I like to do that. So just select that and click save. And then if we reload, you'll see the icons pop up. And now we're getting places. just so you can see that that works. All right. And there are other services. Let me see if there's anything else I really want to. There's nothing else I really want to add, but you can do Vimeo and Instagram and Google Plus, and even like GitHub and Foursquare. RSS, I guess I'll add in there. I just want it to kind of look even. All right, I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller though. And you can just resize by clicking and dragging. Okay. I'm actually gonna move this up here. So this is just showing you how you can move stuff around. So for the listings block, in the block options, under config, I'm actually gonna title it from the blog. And latest happenings as a subtitle. And that gives you a chance to add a title and a subtitle, so that looks a little bit fancier. And then I'm going to select the listing type, posts. We're just going to do all post types. So this is just going to be like recent posts. And of course I only have the one post, so if I add a new post, it'll show up on the blog in here, and I'll show you how that works. Your content goes here and will show up in content blocks on the appropriate page or when called using a custom query. Publish. Okay. So now you can see it's going to list post number 2. Alright. So that is our homepage. I'm going to click and drag and see if there's anything else I want to add. Like, you know what? Let's add an embed block too. And I'll show you how that works. I'm just trying to get like a nice homepage design going. And then ignore the Spotify notifications. I've got it on low, so I can keep myself kind of moving along. So let's grab a YouTube video for the embed block, which allows you to add multimedia. And I'll just get this brief overview video. I think you just need the URL. You do. And then you can save. And you can see here it supports YouTube, Video, Flickr, even Hulu. And you can kind of read more. It supports all the embedding that WordPress will support. So if I reload now, it'll show up my video. And it takes sizing pretty literally. So let me make the height a lot bigger. Some blocks take sizing literally as far as vertical and horizontal space goes. And then some blocks you can see automatically expand. And so it kind of just depends on what sort of content you put in there. So I resized the video and that should work out fine. Okay. Let's make it look pretty. So if we go and click this paintbrush, we're going to go into design mode. And this is the Headway design editor. This is how you can make your site design come to life. So by default, you have this thing called the inspector on, and you can use it to right click and click edit to bring up the styling options. And you can see this yellow dot here denotes that a customization has been made. So I'm just going to make the background white for right now. And you can click these nice big icons to expand or unexpand the different options. If you click the inspector button, you can get rid of that coloration. But basically this orange, yellow, red color, it's a pretty middle of the spectrum color, so depending on how you see colors, I see it as orange. So this light orange is margin, which is the space between elements, and this purple/blue is padding, which is white space. But toggle it off if you need to see different things. So I'm going to get rid of this box shadow, actually. And this here, sorry, this is the color picker. You can use it to slide colors around. And right now, I'm just setting the box shadow to 0 to mess with it. You can slide this bar to the right to see how your website does, and then to the left again if you want. Okay, I'll turn the inspector back on. Actually, for the wrapper, I'm also going to add padding, which again is that extra white space. I'm going to make it 30. If you click this chain button, you can change all the sides at once. And then if you unclick the chain, you can change them individually. All right. Edit this instance basically means you can edit this particular header block, because you can add as many header blocks as you want. But I'm just going to edit this regular layout. You can also edit it for the page that you're on, so like how we're on the front page. When we go and do the blog index, you'll see. I'm going to get rid of the margin and set them all to 0. And I'll show you fonts. I'll do Google Fonts. Headway does integrate with Google Fonts, so you can add some cool customized fonts. It loads all like 500 something of them, so you could basically scroll for days. I'm just going to use Oswald because it's a well-recognized font and it looks pretty good. And then also, if you want to select elements, you can just select them right from this listing, as opposed to clicking. And then if you turn the inspector off, you can actually open block options here too. So for the tagline, I'm also going to get rid of the margins. And I'm going to make the line height a little bigger for both of them, actually. All right. I'll make the font bigger. And I'll get rid of this italic and make it just normal. And then for font family, I'm going to make it what did I want to use? I wanted to use Laura. All right. I'm going to change all the text to that, actually. So up here where it says global styling, it means what you think it means. You can affect most of the styles on the website just from changing these few things. So for the text, if I change it all to Laura, that makes it pretty easy. And then for paragraphs, I'm going to give them a bottom margin of 15, which doesn't show up in this. And then links, I'll make the color like red, I guess. And you can change colors by moving around this color wheel, this color slider. Let's make them actually this blue, because I kind of like that color. It's a little less aggressive than the red. And if I hit save, you'll see it'll change. Okay. I'm going to turn this back on, and then now it's highlighting all the hyperlinks on the page. I'm going to edit the navigation. So for border, which is those lines, I was showing you where the lines were. I'll make it blue too. I'll make this blue, and maybe we'll do like an online magazine herald kind of style. Menu items are the menu links. We can make those blue also, and then maybe also bold. Or no, I'll make it normal. It looks like Laura might not even have a bold. We'll just make them bigger. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I even want that padding. I guess it might look silly without it. I'll just add right side padding. No, it is gonna look silly without it. I'm like trying to figure out, you know what? I can show you how to orient those. So I'm gonna open the block options for the navigation. And you can add a search bar to the navigation by just clicking and enabling, and you can move it around as you see fit. To the left or right. But here under orientation, I'm going to censor the navigation so it looks less silly to me. All right, and let's also make this blue. All right, then when you want to do the different states, you can click this. It's like the pointer with the sparkly bit, and it'll show you the states, and that's mostly for links. This is a beta, so I'm not certain why it like wants to roll me over here, but let's make it just black on the hover. And so now when you hover over it, it'll be black. Okay. For global text also, I'm going to change the color to black. I'm going to save that and reload. All right. So for footer block options, I'm just gonna get rid of these links in the bottom, which you can do using the options, and then it'll end up just showing the copyright. And over here, if I go down to footer, I can make that border blue also. And I can also make the copyright message blue. I don't want to make the copyright message blue because then it'll look like a link. So I'll just leave it that color. And I'll style the listings block. So this block subtitle, I'm actually going to style all the block subtitles by clicking up here under global. Because I want them all to have kind of the same look and feel. And then all the block titles can have the same look and feel. So I guess I'll make that like a Oswald. And I'll add some margin. Okay. Oops. And then for the listings themselves, make sure you click edit regular element so you can get the styles global. And then I'm gonna deactivate that. I guess I'll kind of give them like padding because they're not like list items, so. And a border. We'll do a top border. Or they are list items. That's what I was thinking. Whoops. My mouse slipped out of my hand because I clicked too fast. Yeah, if you have any feedback for the videos, I'm going to post it onto YouTube first, and then I'm going to figure out how to get them up on iTunes for a podcast. Just leave a comment. Questions are best left to email, though, so if you have like a question you want to send in that I can probably cover in a future podcast, please send that in via the contact form on Headway 101, otherwise I won't see it. But just for like commentary on the video itself, or just like things you don't need an immediate answer to, you can just leave a comment. No, I'm just messing around. Okay. And then the media block you can edit, or the embed block, I'm sorry. The problem is that the YouTube video is loaded, so I'm going to have to show the unused elements and scroll down here in blocks. And it's kind of like a document outline, so everything is sort of expands and non-expands as necessary. So here where it says embed block, I'm going to edit that. And it'll tell you that you're doing the global for all layouts too. And what I actually had meant to do was give it a title, but I'll add some padding to it, and then I'll add a lot of padding to it for no reason, and then I can open up the block options around the video code. So you can open block options up in design mode too. So I'm gonna give this a title, like our latest video. And then I'll give that a margin. And I'll get rid of this padding because it'll overrun the video. All right. All right, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and make the content title that bigger font. And black. And I will make the body text also black. And I'll change the line height. Let's make it a bigger font size. Actually, I lied. Maybe. We'll do 15. 15's fine. I guess I'm making like an online newspaper kind of layout. Alright, so let's go back into grid mode and add some more stuff. So I'm going to show you how to move multiple blocks around at once. So let's expand the size, and I'll just make it upwards. And then if you double click on blocks and then click and drag, you get this mass block selection mode. I think that's a typo in the beta message block selection mode. I'll probably have to email that to Clay and tell him. I'm going to add a slider block. And that's basically just like an image slider. And then I'm going to choose some images. I don't know if I have any even in my downloads folder. I have a picture of me in my downloads folder. Let's see if we have anything in the media library. Of course not. This is a new. I forgot that this was a new droplet I made for this video. I'm always missing something from my videos, including, I guess, stock photos. Let me open up Firefox and download stock photos. That is so hilariously embarrassing. I'm not gonna pause it. I'm gonna show you the whole thing, including me blundering. I always forget graphics for this sort of thing. Let's see here. Menu. So I'm just gonna download some graphics. They're not gonna have any context to them. They're just gonna be regular photos. But I'll show you how the slider block works using the regular photos. One of those files was ridiculously large. Trying to download colorful ones. All right. Thanks, Firefox. I'm using Chrome because it's faster. I used to use Firefox as my default, but it uses up most of the memory on my laptop, so I'm trying to use Chrome. We'll open up this picture of the book. Exceeds maximum. Really? Leave it to me to open up photos that are too big. That's so hilarious. Alright. So you upload the images using the WordPress image uploader. And click Use Image. And I'm gonna add another one if I can get them to work with me. Here we go. I'll upload a mountain. I think it's a mountain. Two will probably just be fine. And you can reorder them by dragging using these bars here. So I'm just gonna save it like that and reload. And you can see that the images will get cropped and resized to fit the dimensions of the slider. I think this is 130 in height, so I'm just going to make this smaller and move these down. You can't overlap blocks, just so you know. I guess I'll make it 160. Just to make everything shinier. I'm going to reorder these too, because it kind of looks better with the video on top there. Which is really the biggest advantage of grid mode, is just moving things around as necessary. Alright, you can choose the animation and the animation speed, etc. Use your interface. For advanced stuff, like content and videos, you're going to want to use Slide Deck or Slider Plus. Those are plugins we're not going to get into. And of course it's got the same config. And you can hyperlink the images, but I'm not going to do that. So let's just adding an image slider that would have links if I added links, but I'm not going to add links. Okay, so now we're going to do the blog index. And that's just the list of your most recent blog posts, or all your blog posts by organized by time. I did that really fast, I'm sorry. I'm going to copy the layout from the front page by doing clone existing layout and then front page. And that'll save me a bunch of time, so I can just delete the blocks I don't want. Like that slider and this embed and listings block. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this all up. And I can add a widget area, which is going to let us drop in WordPress widgets. So now our blog page, which has our posts, is going to have this widget area. And let's go ahead and do the widgets and menus while we're here. So widgets in the WordPress menu under Appearance Widgets, just drag in what you want, and you'll see here it'll tell you which layout you're on. You can also go into Config, and where it says Block Alias, just give your widget a nickname, your widget area a nickname, and then under Widgets, it'll show that nickname so it's easier to identify them. And I'll let in a search too, I guess. And maybe some archives. And so now it's going to show us the widgets. For the menu block, under Appearance and then Menus, just name yourself a menu. I'm going to change this to Home, because that's our home page. I'm going to click Create Menu. And then you assign the menu to the theme location, aka whatever navigation block you want to assign it to. And that's how you include links. And you can also add like a custom link. Like I can put Headway 101 in there. You can also have them open in a new page, I believe. I think you have to like choose that though. Yeah, like link target. So that's how you can like add links. Alright, but now you can see that the home page will load our other layout, and the blog page will load this one. And then we can go into design mode to fine tune. I'm actually gonna use the inspector real quick to select those and then change them. So I guess we'll do Oswald again. I'll make that like 16. I'm gonna get rid of the top border and just use a bottom one. Gonna add some padding. There's widget. For widget lists, you can get rid of the bullet style and kind of move it around to make it look different. I'll give it a border. Oh, did I choose white? Whoops. I guess I'll do like 5 on the top and bottom. And I'll get rid of the... Okay. I might just get rid of that altogether. And I guess I'll make the widget links blue, like the rest of it. All right. There's also that. Is it letter spacing? I'll make that closer. All right. Let's add actually a body background image. Let's see if I can get, I'll use the mountains, I guess. I don't know if, yeah, they're pretty big. The mountain picture is pretty big. So you can add an image like that. It's again using the WordPress media gallery. You can also change the size to kind of like cover the background or just to contain the image within the background. You can reposition it and keep it in the same spot, and then you can change whether or not it repeats. Do all that and then reload. So now we've got this mountain as the background. Alright. And I'm actually gonna also do like a border around the, apparently I'm gonna do a border of 15. That is not what I meant to do. Let's do like 5. 15 is a lot. And I'm gonna make it like semi-transparent. Or I guess, no, I meant to, I was thinking of making it semi-transparent, but I'll just make it light. Alright. Oh, I'm in the visual editor, that's why I'm not. See, what you see is what you get, so remember to click on your actual homepage if you want to navigate from page to page so you're not like clicking the buttons. That's so funny. That's like a testament to how great the visual editor is. But I would have sat there clicking for a while trying to figure out what was happening. Alright, trying to think of what I haven't shown you. So let's go back to the front page into the grid mode, and I'll just see if there are any blocks I kind of want to add to the bottom to show you how they work. Let's see here. Let's do breadcrumbs, and we can do that. Let's actually do that on the single. So I'm gonna not save. I'm gonna switch layouts, and this time I'm gonna clone the blog index because I don't feel like deleting all that stuff. So breadcrumbs are gonna show your visitors kind of where they are on the site. It's just another layer of navigation. It integrates with Yoast SEO if you're a fan of them. So you can use those breadcrumbs instead of what appears here, or you can just leave it like that. And so that'll kind of show you that you're on the blog in the uncategorized category. And I'm gonna just edit this element and use another border. Oops. I guess I'll make it like 2. That's a lot. And then it's so strange. It says it has a margin, but it doesn't. All right. So those are the breadcrumbs. I want to make it like a less obvious color. And I guess I'll make the footer a less obvious color too, because it's kind of super bright right now. Okay. Let's see if we can cover anything else. This is a pretty good place to stop. It'll make the video only 40 minutes or so, but I'm just gonna double check. The text and the custom code are basically just like what you would see. What you see is what you get text, and then custom code to paste in, like JavaScript or PHP or something, depending on what you wanted to add. So this is a good place to stop, kind of just to see, without going too in depth, the stuff you can do with Headway. So yeah, let's go ahead and stop there. So this has been working with Headway. If you go to headway101.com/go/Headway themes, or just /Headway, I lied. That is my affiliate link for Headway themes if you haven't got Headway yet and you want to see it. Or you can just type in headwaythemes.com. And of course, headway101.com is your one-stop guide to learning Headway themes, the fastest way. Get started today with things like this podcast, written tutorials, a written guide if you're a premium member, videos if you're a premium member, and some videos on YouTube, and just a lot of stuff to help you get the most out of your website. My name's Corey Freeman. Thanks for watching.